Hi, Kiwi. All right, we're going to go ahead and play some more Hades 2.
Ready or not, hence I go.
So we're going to be running an... Ooh. Ooh. Oh, God of the Moon. God of the Moon. I mean, I would have thought Artemis, right?
She's deviated from her path. Great Titaness, the Eye of Night. I draw you down. Lend me your might.
Is this going to be Nyx?
Good evening to you,
Oh.
little star. Our cycles now are intertwined, as I no longer can afford merely to watch. Whichever threat we face, I vow to shine for you.
She's pretty. All right.
The choice is yours.
Your hex makes everything else move 80% slower. Okay, so hex. After using enough magic while foes are near, press right trigger to invoke the moon's might. This hex has no special bonuses. The sheer might of the moon shall have to suffice. So I've yet to experience a hex, I guess. Your hex fires a beam that deals... That's a lot of damage. Oh, okay, so we're getting our first hex. Got it. Which is going to be basically our god power, so we'll be getting our god bar that I guess fills up when we use magic. Your hex launches a seeking projectile that inflicts morph on up to 10 susceptible foes, which turns them into harmless critters. That sounds pretty funny. This hex has the most potential and it gains +2 upgrades from your next path of stars. Okay. Well, since this has the best potential, why don't we try this? Because it also sounds funny. Probably won't help us against bosses. I mean, 1200 damage sounds really good. I think I'm going to take this. This sounds too good.
Lunar ray.
Together we shine.
Together we shine.
Okay. So I think they pronounced it Selene, not Celine. Whee! Oh, that's strong.
You fought beautifully.
Now the question is... Oh, well, we already have the answer. I have to spend a substantial amount of magic to be able to use that, but it's a pretty huge damage. But cool, so we've got effectively our god bar now. Right, I'm using a new weapon. I forgot that means my Omega attacks will change as well. I do like that dash attack though, that's quite strong. Now the real question is... Okay, it does. It resets each room, unfortunately.
My reagent sensing incantation took effect.
Okay, cool. So that's a major improvement over the old game. It was so easy to miss resources that were in rooms because I was careless. Ooh, I really like that dash attack. I hope this will be a perfect build for if I want to run Aphrodite, because I'm always going to be close range on enemies when using this weapon. So, all right, let's see what happens if I go Aphrodite on this build.
Golden coins.
Give me them obols. Oh, and look, speak of the goddess, I guess. Goddess. Not funny, sorry. Alright. It feels like our special attack really isn't that good. It probably needs something to really make it shine, and I'm not convinced we're going to find that here. The real question is, am I invulnerable on the dash attack? I think I run the risk of taking damage here just to find out. Yes, I am invulnerable, or at least I did not... It looked like I destroyed those projectiles as I traveled.
This family's not so good at letting go, is it? After eons of prosperity, all that we've built together threatens to come crashing down, all because of a little bad blood.
Alright, what have you got, Afro? Attacks deal damage to close-up foes, your specials deal more damage to close-up foes. In each encounter, one foe is always weak, and I generate magic near weak foes. Once again, this is potentially a very good option, and I would love to roll for a higher rarity on this. So I think I'm going to go for that. Because any passive magic regain is pretty substantial for me, I believe.
I'll slay you all.
So I think what I can do is just back off here and then dash in like that. Yeah, and that does a pretty hefty amount of damage. It's only 100, which doesn't feel like it's going to be that much in the grand scheme of things, but in the meantime, while I can use it, I may as well. We are still at the inherent disadvantage of being a melee class against enemies that do a lot of melee damage options, so I find, at least in the last 2 Hades-likes I've played, between Hades and Lotus Lantern, I do fundamentally better with ranged-based builds. Ooh, this is a new one.
A shadow spiller.
Oh, whoa, okay. Was there something over here? There was. Alright, so it looks like they mostly do close range damage, so I just have to be careful about that. Shooting weird projectiles, okay. So I can probably approach this one with my special if I do that. Nope. I guess either I couldn't see it or I was too far away with the wall in between me. That's fine though. Ugh, got stunned. So I will say the one downside to this build with my current hacks is just the lack of reliable way of spending magic, because none of these attacks really spend that much.
It's no use.
At the very least, that is a pretty substantial regain speed next when I'm standing near it with this Aphrodite passive, though. I just don't think it's necessarily worth it to charge it up. Well, this will do some damage.
Back to the dock.
Yeah, okay. The hacks in this build are a little at odds with each other's. Specials deal more damage to nearby foes. Attacks deal more damage. Whenever you use 30, you create a heart throb. I think we'll take the attack damage buff. We need
This
that.
must be love.
Alright, next room. Oh, I see a dot. I missed it. Darn it.
They won't know what they've done.
Hi, Artemis. So I'm going to treat this the way I treated Thanatos, where I presume... Did she just heal me? Oh, she's healing me. She's throwing me HP.
She marked that one for me.
I wonder if she heals me for killing them faster than her. Ah, she got it before I could. Unlucky. This damage up on my basic attacks right now is pretty substantial, though. Hi, Artie.
Evening.
Let's go ahead and collect these resources first.
Has my little brother lived up to his shining reputation so far? At least he did his part. As soon as I told him about you, sure enough, he was plenty eager to let all Olympus know.
I think she's either referring to Hermes or Apollo.
Apollo was very
Yeah.
kind, though easy for me to say. I'm not his twin. What'd you tell him anyway?
Okay, that's what, you know what, that's what I thought. Artemis and Apollo are siblings because, again, I believe Artemis was supposed to be the god of the moon, but now we have Selene, so I'm a little confused about that, what her relationship is.
Only the truth. That I ran into the reclusive Witch of the Crossroads while scouting out our foe, and that she introduced me to a secret Titan killer she's been training up.
You just didn't tell him how long ago that was. So now they really think this long-lost relative of theirs is going to find Kronos and slay him.
Oh, they think you don't stand a chance. But they don't have a lot of options, so they'll support you anyway. Especially since you're family and all. And you know I will.
I like Artemis. Alright. Random foe occasionally becomes marked. If it takes critical damage, this repeats. So, 30% chance to take crit damage. This could be really good, especially against single target bosses. First Blood, foes with at least 80% HP or armor will take critical. After your dash, your Omega... I think we're gonna take this.
There.
Because that has the potential to be very good. And we'll take Arachne's armor here.
Little fly, come sit and rest your wings. You've grown so tired, fly
There.
to and fro.
Arachne, the outfit you wove for me was so beautiful. I'm sorry to say I got into a bit of a scrape or two, and I'm afraid it didn't survive.
Oh, that's quite all right, silly. It wasn't made to last. What is? It was made to be in the moment with you. Now here, I've plenty more.
Cool, friendly spider friend. Alright, makes you restore 2 HP whenever you exit a location. Grants 5 gold whenever you exit a location. Gain 5 magic every 1 second. I think... since the armor prevents me from taking damage until it breaks, I'm gonna go for the gold for now. It'll probably break pretty quickly.
How does that feel?
Thanks, Arachne.
I still do not know what these glowing spider sacks are about, though.
The intricately woven spider silk ensconcing the environs of one gloom-filled recess within Erebus. Rivals in quality, even the weavings of the gods themselves.
Arachne knows her stuff.
That she do. That she do. Alright, so we're just going... Oh, perfect. An HP up. We could definitely use that right now.
Silk cocoons.
Oh, interesting. So in this instance, the silk cocoons have enemies inside of them.
Arachne?
Oh, okay. So they had random stuff in them. I see. Sometimes enemies, sometimes gold. Sometimes the actual thing we're looking for in the room. Oh, hey, it's marked like what with Artemis's passive. Those crits do a lot of damage. So nectar or ash? I mean, there were some passives that were really good for the ash they cost. I think I'm gonna take the... let's start stacking keepsakes. We need them. We'll accumulate ash naturally over time anyway. But those keepsakes are often, the sooner you have them, the more options are allotted to you. You need to remember to use these casts, or not the casts, but you know what I mean, the magics that I have access to. These armored enemies are really the things that are hitting me through my armor, or hitting me the most. Because I can't stagger lock them if they have armor. I've got to be careful of that fact. There goes my armor. I got like 15 gold out of it. Not really that great. Maybe I should have gone for the HP after all. Oh well. Hindsight often affords us the realizations we can't make in the moment, I suppose.
Some nectar. So...
Ooh, this is... I mean, you have to go Daedalus Hammer. There's... The HP is substantial, but the potential of a Daedalus Hammer is just... cannot be understated. Plus, it lets you see new ways to use a weapon that you didn't know about before, so I think, yeah, we've got our plan. I feel like if I use this, I just need something that increases the range of my basic attack or my Omega attack. And I have a feeling the Daedalus Hammer may very well offer that. I'm curious to see. These rooms are pretty darn populous, though, I have to say. Taking too much damage. Too much unnecessary damage. But man, I definitely dish it out too. Alright, hold attack to slice repeatedly, but you cannot use your Omega attack. Your attacks deal 200% damage attacking from behind, your special uses less magic, and you channel it much faster. So none of these are exactly what I want. And this is completely useless against Scylla, because she blocks back attacks. The hold X to slice repeatedly does sound fun, though. I don't know. Maybe I use... I kind of want to try it.
Fine work as always.
Don't think that played out the way I expected it to. That was probably a genuine mistake to take.
I see something for you.
Some silver.
Who was that?
All of this tainted gold. You'll see that it's disposed of properly, Lord Charon. I long to see that day.
Maybe that was just Melanoe saying that she saw something. I guess that must have been it. Not really what I hoped to get that on. Oh well. If I had gotten that on my basic attack steroid, that would have been pretty substantial.
Trade.
We have to reach you however we can, and Charon's been more than keen to oblige. Bit of an odd fellow, but then aren't we all?
Alright. I mean, I did say I wanted more attack range, but that's a pretty substantial damage down in terms of what it actually does. Casts expand in size until they expire. Perfect image. In each encounter, you deal more damage until you take damage. I feel like I'm gonna lose that pretty fast. I'm gonna take Supernova. Alright, Kiwi, wish me luck. I don't know how this build will go against Hecate. Hecate.
I'll get him, Headmistress. I swear it. All that you've taught, I'll bring to bear. And no matter the obstacles that stand in the way, Kronos shall fall by my hand.
I require no convincing, Malinois, although perhaps you do. However much I've taught, what's important is you're a capable student.
I have to be more than that.
I'm just trying to waste I'm trying to burn my magic so that I can get the god up. Oh, well. You know what? We're just gonna attack. Oh, look at that damage. Okay. Wowzers. I do a lot of damage here. The only downside is I'm locked into animations, and that means I can't dodge as effectively. Alright. Well, that's the fastest phase 1 I've had. I just one-shot that. Wow. Okay, we're pretty strong. Gonna back off just because I don't want to take the damage from that. Well, if you're talking, you must be the real one. Yep. Kinda gave yourself away there, didn't you? I definitely preferred the old way the god gauges worked, where it was based on damage dealt and damage received rather than resources consumed in this game, I do feel like it's a lot harder to reliably get your god gauge now unless you're building a specific way, whereas with, or rather your hex gauge, whereas in the original Hades, can we just skip this? We cannot. Okay. There's probably a way to get out of that altogether, but it seems difficult and potentially unlikely. I like that the sheep has a little tongue sticking out, though. It's rather cute. There we go. Now these things die very quickly. My dash attack does a lot of damage, actually. Wow. I think that's it for... Okay, let's cast this. I've almost got enough for my god gauge now, or my hex, rather. In fact, I now have exactly enough, so... I'm gonna wait till she gives me a free opportunity to damage, which looks like right now. And let's do this. Goodbye, HP bar, boss. And now these start bouncing back to her, but it's a pretty free chance to damage if I get behind her. So I think we got her. Nice. Definitely took more damage than is ideal with this kind of a build, but...
You have survived against me, and for that, you're owed a gift. May you learn well through it, Malinois.
The Book of Shadows.
Okay, so this will be like a... this is a kill.
Fire-stepping princess stands alone.
This is Achilles' Codex, basically. It lets us keep track of monsters we've killed and...
The outer edge of Erebus extends a hidden region of the underworld, known only to few, and navigable only by fewer still.
It basically...
Let's hope so.
It basically lets us keep track of what we've encountered so far, achievements and things of that nature, as well as like what level of support and conversation have we reached with certain characters. Well, pretty much all the characters that you can have conversation with, rather. Oh, you're back.
Ah, there you are. You have returned. Or lost your way, perhaps, in those interminable passageways beyond.
I know where I'm going. Whom do I address? And what are you doing here yourself in such a place?
My name and business are not your concern. Is that not what you said? Ah, the impertinence of the youth of this age.
Wait.
He is definitely an older god. I'm curious to know who he actually is, though, because I even if Greek mythology is probably the mythology I've experienced the most, it's not the one that I know the most about.
No Eris, thank the gods.
Oh, that'll make this floor a lot easier, thankfully. And we get beside it. Oh, right, they explode. I forgot. I got caught on one, so I couldn't escape, unfortunately. I feel like the biggest weakness of any melee build in these games is the risk associated with them and being, well, melee. You can't evade enemies nearly as easily. Pardon me.
Bottom of the sea, or very close to it, must be even darker than what you're accustomed to. And the terrible pressure. Not even I can stand it for too long. So how can you?
Magic, I guess. Alright. I mean, the splash damage on this sounds pretty nice. If it hits with all of those multi-hits, that would be pretty good. Oh, perfect. This is a really good way to burn magic, potentially. The only concern I have is, does it make it so
Strength of the sea.
I can't dash if I don't have magic anymore? Oh, I see. Interesting. So that's the difference between dashing and sprinting. So if I just dash, it doesn't happen, but if I press and hold dash after I use the dash, then this happens. And it said per impact, so I guess it doesn't matter. I can still use my dash. That's the one thing I was worried about. Alright, let's, we used up a whole bunch of bones for a ritual, so let's go ahead and regenerate those. I'm very curious to know if this build does in fact scale the way I think it might, where that multi-hit I do will actually, for example, trigger the splash damage of Poseidon multiple times. It's very hard to know without testing it out, and I didn't want to give up what I already have because it is a pretty noticeable damage up that I've gotten my hands on. But let's try this. You know what? This is basically Poseidon's boon from Hades 1, pretty much. I think we go shop because I have a chance to heal with it.
Lord Charon.
And I can get both. Excellent.
Olympus, accept this message.
Alright, your cast drags foes in and inflicts weak. And it makes it so I take an additional 10% damage reduction, hopefully. Whenever you exit a location, restore 100% if you have not lost too much. Nah. Like, this is really good until I fall below that threshold, and then it's worthless. You have more HP, deal more damage. I think we go for this one. Especially since it expands, that'll be cool. But I do think I think I have to take the HP over Aphrodite. I need the survivability more than anything else. Although, conversely, I don't have the Eris debuff, and I have... Nah, I'm a melee build. I need HP. I want to take the Aphro passive, but I think it's the wrong choice here. As lame as that is. I can't hit them if they're safe spotting over there. That's kind of lame. I'll just try and burn some... It seems like I can burn my magic very quickly with this one.
Can't do it.
I think I just have to wait for them to come over here because I actually can't hit them. What is this? Sandstone, maybe? They're refusing to come into melee range, which is a bit of an inconvenience for the type of build I'm running. I really do a lot of damage, though. Like, an impressive amount of damage. And just my dash attack alone hits like a truck. Oh gosh. I will say I'm definitely feeling the lack of the Omega attacks now that I've gotten used to using them to some degree. But it's fine. We've almost got enough... We've almost spent enough magic to be able to use our really fancy attacks, so there we go. Now I just need you to kind of get close together, potentially. Hopefully I don't take damage while I'm using this. I do, in fact, still take damage while using that. That is not good.
A gift.
I thought I died there for a second. I unfortunately let go of the controller to scratch my nose, and it was a mistake. I'm really trying to kill myself, it seems. Alright, well, that could have gone better, but it could have also gone far worse. I think I'm gonna hunt for some either HP or more Afro passives if I can. I guess the real question is, in rooms like this where there are multiple exits, if I clear the room, normally what happens is my hex gauge is depleted. But does it refit? Does it stay undepleted until I exit the room? If there's a chance of me getting another room or having another fight like this. I'm using this again to just try and save up some magic. It's interesting that they chose to make the hex not give you invulnerability, because I mean the god calls in Hades 1 were just so incredibly powerful. All right, this is a tough decision. Do I need the HP up, the Poseidon, or the Apollo boon? I really don't know what I stand to get that would really entice me towards one versus the other. I feel like I have enough damage, so I think I'm gonna go for survivability. Oh, this is new.
Give up already, girl.
Oh, Kronos, I think.
I know who you are. I know where you go. You shall not get there.
Wait, so that guy was Kronos?
This magic. Kronos. I'll carve you limb from limb for this. For everything.
How frightening. Unfortunately, we shall never know if yours was a mere empty threat, for you are going on a little time out, at least until some other matters are resolved.
That's a problem.
No.
I would have liked the HP up. Oh, hey, Asphodel.
You wish to traipse through this realm, then here, bask in it.
Okay.
Man, it was him. Where am I? Or when?
Interesting. All right. Well, let's see what this does.
Just need to hold within this rift.
What witchery is this? You knew how to resist my little step.
There we are. It'll take more than that, Kronos.
Okay. So that's kind of adjacent to what Hades would do randomly, where he'd have sometimes the bigger, the challenge wave rooms, where you had to survive for a certain period of time. I will say, without having the dash attack, or my Omega attack on the basic attack, it's hard to approach these guys when they're like clustered on each other like this, because there is openings, but they're kind of hard to hit. They're hard to reach, rather. Ugh. This room kind of actually really sucks. Oh my gosh. This is such a lame room. You know what? I'm forgetting something fundamental about this item. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does do damage from a distance, so let's try our best not to die. Granted, I'm afforded 2 deaths, but it would be a shame to waste it in a room like this, you know? These guys really do make kind of pretty cute sounds, though, I have to say. Yeah, unfortunately, they're just so stacked up on each other, I have to play lame here. Alright, well, we made it. But, oh, I didn't get the HP for that. Oh, that's really annoying. It's really frustrating. Oh well, Aphrodite boon, I guess.
This is the Titan's fault.
I agree, it is the Titan's fault. Oh, that's cool how it sucks that, wow, oh, that looked fun. Okay, we're gonna do that again, hold on. So it just like, it pulsates and sucks all the enemies in, that's cool. So now I know that this cast is very good for dealing with enemies that are easily killed in single hits. Alright, and then we just have this little fish guy to deal with, and we'll keep a distance until he finishes using his laser, and then we just wipe out his HP. You know what? I'm failing to use the things that I have afforded to me, and I should try not to do that. Alright, I'm not sure if I was getting the passive. I think I get magic back if I deal damage. But I could also just be in proximity to the thing with the Aphrodite debuff. Whoops. Well, that's unfortunate. Seems like that canceled out my cast, interestingly enough. Like, I could absolutely play lame, and I just don't have the patience for it.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Specials deal more damage to nearby foes? No. After you enter location? No. The heartthrob really isn't that great here. Nah, that's probably my best option.
Sure.
And I think we go for shop just to get an HP heal. Or two. Nah, I need the HP. Let's do it.
What do we have in stock?
I'm not confident going into this boss fight. I'm already down to Death Defiance. I will have pretty substantial DPS. The question is, can I dodge?
Until we meet again.
We will see.
Oh, look who. Oh, always wanted to sing in front of a great big crowd, you know? And not just a bunch of crusty sailors, but like one of those gigantic amphitheaters they got up on land.
I wonder if we'll eventually, like the way that the bosses in Hades 1 worked, where after a certain period of time they got upgraded to some capacity. I wonder if she'll actually get like a bigger stage or something.
Not my area of expertise. Do performances in these amphitheaters typically involve attempts to drown the members of the audience?
Oh, yeah. Immortals show up to them in massive droves, kicking and screaming just to get a glimpse. Yet you get a show all to yourself.
I really do feel like this is going to be your favorite character through the playthrough, and I know we are missing at least 1 or 2 floors ahead of us to know what that cast will entail, but I just get the feeling, Kiwi, I know your tastes. Ooh, I'm kind of impressed that I managed to dodge that. This boss is a lot harder to deal with being kind of melee locked. I dashed right into that. You know, I wasn't paying attention to it in the last round, but I genuinely wonder if when you beat certain members of the band, if the nope. I wonder if when you beat certain members of the band, if their instruments stop playing. Let's try and take this one out, because it's just easier to access. Cool. Alright, so that's Jetty. Just gonna try and get as much damage here as possible, and then bail out, and I can projectile in the meantime. Alright. Yeah, it knocks out the music. Good. I always love it when, what is it, diegetic music? It's nice to just hear the vocals. This is pretty cool sounding. I should save up my God gauge, or my Hex gauge. Oh no. Interesting, so I guess this is probably how the boss fight has some degree of variance. It's a matter of each attempt, there's probably a featured artist, which changes the boss pattern. So this is focused on the ground AoEs that the drummer causes. Just see if I can take her out. Almost done enough damage to be able to use my magic attack, I hope. I need to dash through here before I get hit. Okay, I made it out okay. The drummer is probably almost done. She can't have much left. I'm gonna get hit by this. Oh, I'm lucky I timed that dodge correctly. This is super sketchy. Oh, there it is. I was trying to dodge, but it didn't work. Alright, there we go. It's cool that you all can also just have like a straight guitar solo sort of sound to it too. Alright, I think what we're gonna do... I can now use my hex. I think we kill one of these and then I got locked into it. I appreciate that when she says voice lines, the lyrics also stop for a little bit. Alright, just her left. So I'm gonna wait for her to use an attack that I can easily dodge. Well, she's using these slow traveling orbs that are a pain in the butt to navigate around, but I think I should be safe if I do this here, so I'm going for it. I had to bail out. Okay, lesson learned. A laser that requires you to be stationary, not ideal. We'll just go up and melee her as soon as she's done spouting nonsense at us. Oh, we've got one more phase, it seems. What happens now? Well, I mean, if you're gonna... Oh, she summons allies. Hold on. Wait, we have a good answer to this. Oh gosh, they're hurting. We've almost got it though. We can do this. One more hit, and we did it. All right. First time beating the Sirens. Look at us.
Somehow managed that. A pearl.
I hear someone clapping. Oh, they're a little... I never noticed.
Over everyone.
I didn't notice outside the arena. There's just kind of... Are they like singing at a restaurant? It looks like they're basically like the performers at a restaurant. That's funny.
Where once reverberated the enthralling music of the Sirens, sheer silence now remains. Yet for how long shall those immortal songstresses be stilled?
My guess is at most 50 minutes.
Until my next attempt.
Pretty much that, yeah. All right. We're officially going to see what the third area is. I have no guesses.
The edge of Oceanus.
Okay, that only gave us 20 HP. Could definitely use more than that. Oh, look, it's their like whatever the place is where actresses and singers like prep up for
Big
things.
drop.
Oh, I just noticed there were little posters with like fishes singing on this on the walls in there.
Way here, Mel.
Fields of Morning. Something tells me touching this hurts. Should I establish the precedent? Okay, it only did 2 damage, but yes, the precedent is now convincingly established. So where are we to go in this new location? This seems vaguely reminiscent of the place where Hades and Zagreus fight on the overworld. I know it's not, but I don't know why, but I'm getting a vague vibe of it. This is probably something we want to observe, no? Okay. Some weird statues. I guess we're supposed to head this way, maybe?
You made
Oh,
it.
hey, Eris. Great.
Oh, Eris.
Think she denied me hearing any dialogue associated with that overview. Oh well. Well, that means that we're unfortunately going to have to deal with her debuffs now instead of later. Anything over here? Doesn't appear it. Okay. Let's go talk to Eris and see what she's going to do. Maybe she does a different debuff each floor? We'll find out.
Again. What? Are you concerned my task just isn't difficult enough? Going a bit too swimmingly?
Actually, yes, I was a little worried about that. You got past the Sirens. What next? You go kill Kronos, and then what? Come on, babe. Let's not do anything rash. Okay, gotta go.
Nope.
Great.
Same debuff as always. Right? Yep. Well, nothing like going into a new boss fight with a debuff that makes me take more damage. What a weird room. I wonder if I have to choose one or the other, maybe?
Follow the golden
Or do I
petal
get... Or
path.
hopefully I get both. Alright, follow the golden petal path.
What
Okay.
is that?
unseal. So there are the enemies. I have no idea how these new enemies will work. Can
Glass rock.
Glass rock, okay, interesting. Because I don't know what happens if I take one or the other, I'm gonna go for the hammer first, and then I'll ask questions afterwards. I'm going to assume if I try to unseal them, angry things spawn, but let's find out.
It's stuck.
Oh, these are silly looking things. You shoot fire. I don't like fire. Fire is ouchie ooh ooh. This is the, oh gosh, this is the like pristine commentary you come to this channel to expect, Kiwi. Beware the ouchie ooh ooh fire powers of enemies like these snaky ladies. Are they Gorgons? I can't fully tell. No, it's all good. I feel like maybe Apollo would have been a very good option for the basic attacks on this build, or on this weapon, but I mean, Aphrodite just does so much damage. We're just melting enemy HP bars with what we've got. I wonder if there's a way to make the special attack on this weapon viable.
All clear.
Okay. What have we got? Specials deal 15% damage, and each hit bounces up to 2 more foes. Well, that answers that question. That sounds really good. Attacks deal more damage from behind. Specials deal 40% damage, and fires 16 shots around you. I mean, we are clearly going in attack build, so I think the back attack is the correct answer. But, okay, so if it's not sealed, I can take it freely. The real question is, if I don't follow the golden path, what do I find? Is there a penalty for looking? Whew, just barely got out of that range. I'm trying to... Oh, you know what? I have this. Let's use this while I still can. Nope. Yeah, okay, I now understand that. That X was the wrong one to choose. It is a double-edged sword. Yes, it does a ton of damage, but you have to be able to stand still long enough to use it, and you're not invulnerable during it, so it's almost worthless. Especially in rooms where there are tons of enemies. I'm curious to see if they ever make it so... If they ever make it so those do end up giving you invulnerability similar to Hades. Whoop.
Return to Shadow now.
Well, it would appear that's the end of this run. Oh well.
Found you at last.
Thanatos?
Princess of the Underworld. I regret having to contact you at such a time. It's not my custom to intervene during moments of doom, only to observe.
Moments of doom. You're Lord Moros, emissary of the Three Fates. So your sisters heard me after all.
They expected me to find you, for there's something they intend for you to have. Wherever you're going, look for it when you arrive. I'm uncertain if we'll meet again. It's been an honor.
Wait.
Okay. So maybe we get the fated list of prophecies now?
He's gone.
Pet the frog, pet the frog.
I just met Doom Incarnate, Phrynos. I'm not sure I should be excited about that.
Probably not. Probably not. Oh, I just noticed, look, there's like a little portrait of Phrynos up there.
The modestly appointed tent of fierce Princess Melenui nonetheless is dutifully organized and immaculately clean.
I won't live in squalor.
That's good of her.
The Titan has your family in his thrall, or worse. What has he done with them?
It is a nice portrait. I wonder if she drew that.
Kneel before me.
Dora, couldn't help but notice that my jar collection wasn't sorted properly. I would never store fungus with herbs. Are you trying to subtly drive me mad?
I have done that to people before. It's kind of mean, but it's also really funny to watch them squirm. Isn't that right, Kiwi?
No. Although Although now that you put it that way, maybe in the future, yes. I was working on minor possessions and your mushroom bottle kind of slipped. So I put it back. You put it incorrectly back. Just tell me of such things next time, would you? Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Oh, Dora. Dora. Can I give you a gift? Do I have... I do have a nectar.
Wanted you to have this, Dora. To the best hunter in all the crossroads. See, I knew you were gonna pull this gift custom thing on me sooner or later, so I have come prepared. Catch.
Ghost onion.
Thank you, Dora.
Ghost onion. Okay, I'm curious to see what that does. So it appears that I don't see anything new here, so maybe it's just somewhere in the crossroads, whatever we got.
Is that?
That is.
This is from the Three Fates.
Okay, so yeah, this is literally the minor list of prophecies or whatever it was called, that just like in the first game. So we get resources for completing certain accomplishments. Oh wait, I've completed this, yeah. Temporary setback. Nah. All right. Looks like we haven't met Hermes yet, but we need to for that. All right. We'll explore that more later. Oh, it's raining in here. Interesting.
I can't.
Alright, so we'll do our usual read the dialogue and then call it a day for the episode.
Rise and shine.
Headmistress, I saw him, Kronos. First beyond Erebus in the guise of an old man. He then attempted to ensnare me in some vision out of time. The river aflame. Everything ablaze.
Still your heart, Melinoe, you're safe. And you were able to return again, which means that all your training served you well. So then, he realizes who you are.
So he claims. I broke free from his spell like it was second nature, but neither could I raise a hand against him. What must I do now?
Nothing has changed. You're to confront him down where he resides, where your mother and father rightly ought to be. But go with patience, not with haste. He may know something of your power now, yet not enough.
Yes, Headmistress.
I wonder, since he's the god of time, if maybe
Together we shine.
Moonlight guide you.
when we finally beat him, if maybe he turns back time, and so we don't actually get the win.
Ourselves, so does our craft.
All right, let's see. Forget me not. Improve your memory. Press Y on recipes for an at-glance reminder of what resources you need. Make use of the golden bows in the fields of morning to better orient yourself there. Cause a random main weapon each night to have a grave thirst, granting more bones for each location. Again, since these all require different resources, I may as well buy them.
Your intent was true.
Okay, and the Gathering Ancient Bones. We'll take that too.
Headmistress, if I may, I ask of you, spirits of earth and night, to take away this pain, that we may fight.
So it shall be.
All right. What have you got
So
today?
let it be.
I can buy nectar. I think that's kind of worth buying one for. Because every nectar I give is another keepsake that might make my run go kind of crazy. So with that in mind, actually.
Headmistress, if it isn't inappropriate, I have a little gift, seeing as your personal supply ran out a while back.
Ah, the hounds shall lap this stuff right up, I think. I shall safeguard it for them as a treat. And why don't you hold on to this in kind?
Your silver wheel. I can have this?
I'm curious to see what these new trinkets do for us.
You look as though you've seen a ghost, if you'll forgive the very antiquated mortal turn of phrase, goddess. So we'd say to someone looking disconcerted. Things all right?
Yes and no. I saw Kronos out there. I thought he had me, but I broke free from his spell. This was in Oceanus, though I also caught him snooping near the pathways out of Erebus.
Damn it. Our reports said nothing of the sort, but then some of our shade informants haven't yet returned. We had expected Kronos to stay put in the lowest reaches. You must have caused enough of a stir to catch his notice.
I've hardly been discreet in my approach. Is there truly no other way?
We reckon not. We're counting on him thinking you're inconsequential to his plans. As for our own, I shall go over this with the good witch. Be safe, and cheers for the report.
Of course.
And a salute.
Moonlight guide us.
We'll find our way.
You two, please keep an eye on things while I'm away.
Oh hey, our moonshade grew. Let's admire it first.
Full bloom.
I pressed the wrong button. Oops. I have no more seeds. Oh well.
Moonlight guide you, Shades. Rest easy, son of Nyx.
I wonder if he will wake up after we beat Kronos, or if there's something else that will trigger it first. That dock is suspicious. I wonder if there will be something there as well. I imagine, one, either Charon will boat us there at some point, or we'll be able to fish from that pier, or something else narrative will take place in that spot. Alright,
Say the ashes.
do I have enough for this? No, I need a lot more ash for this. Okay. But once I get it, I'll keep it forever. Alright, maybe I start prioritizing some ash work. Anything I can do here? Any new weapons?
The arms of night.
I can unlock the umbral flames. Oh, excellent, that's what I wanted. Alright.
Now. Ignium. The umbral flames. Incinerate my foes and light my path.
They kind of look like maracas.
Fine choice.
Alright, let's talk to you first.
I understand you ventured to the bottom of the sea. I too have been there in those depths, young one. But once, a while back, and briefly, I might add.
Of course. You were a famous mariner in your mortal days. But then you finally met your end beneath the waters upon which you sailed?
Nah, it was way more glorious than that.
Oh, very skelly.
I'll get through all that gloom somehow.
Alright, let's see how this works. Oh, they bounce. Okay, interesting, interesting. And what about the charge attack? Huh. So the way this works is rather than it being a charge attack, it charges if I hold down the X button and then it's firing and using mana as it comes out. Fascinating. Alright, what about our Y attack? Oh. This is kind of fun. I feel like this one will be very hard to use reliably. What happens if I charge it? 2 orbit around me. Okay. Definitely very different from the bow. But I like it, and it works really well with a magic build if I just... because I can hold this down and do a whole lot of damage. It goes from 15 to 50 each hit, which is pretty substantial. Okay. And the dash attack? Alright, just seems like pretty much the standard fare. Cast B is still the same. And then this is the same as well. Okay, so the cast is unchanged. Okay, fair enough. Alright, we'll give this new weapon a try. Can I rest at the bench?
I won't sit idly by.
No, I figured not. Alright, what are our new keepsakes?
Something new there.
After you use magic, restore it over 3 seconds up to a total of 1,000 magic this night. Oh, what? Oh, you know what? I have an appointment that I need to go to. I forgot about that. Well, it's a good thing we're at the end of the episode. That would have been really awkward in the middle of it. Alright, Kiwi, let me just do a quick check of this, and we'll be calling it a night shortly. Whenever you exit a location, fully restore your HP up to a total of 50 HP this night. That can be potentially very good, but it's very limited in what it offers in terms of only 50 HP. But it adds up. It definitely adds up. It might be worth using, especially if I've run out of Death Defiances, just as a way to heal myself up. I think this one sounds outstanding, though, just having a way to, like, regenerate magic reliably. Can I unlock any of the new tools? Tablet of Pace. Compel certain lone shades to the crossroads and gain large sums of psych. I think that sounds pretty good. Or we can dig for mystery seeds. I can only choose one of these right now. I think I'm going to take this one. The reason being is I don't know what those plants do, and I imagine accumulating them sooner than later will likely be beneficial to me. Oh, I have to choose one or the other. That's what I thought might be the case, but I was hopeful it wouldn't be. Alright, fair enough. This looks like something that'll be relevant eventually. But I think with that said, we are all set for the next run. So, next run, we'll get to play a ranged-based build with this new casting weapon, which I have a feeling I'm going to like.
I wish.
Don't wish, just know. I don't know. Anyway, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. Looks like that's going to be it for Hades 2 for today's recordings, but it's good to be back in the thick of things. I think so far, in terms of how the weapons feel and the boons feel, I think it may just be the inherent familiarity of Hades 1, but I definitely favor Hades 1 so far. But I really like the new mechanics, don't get me wrong. I think the Hex needs more. I need to experiment more with the Hex, because I only tried one of the boons for that. And I feel like once I start getting exposure to better Daedalus hammers and better boons and some of the other gods we haven't yet met, these builds will probably start scaling out of control very fast. But until then, I only have the memory and the bias of the original Hades. But with all that said, I'm very eager to see more, and I'm absolutely going to beat Kronos before we even call this an end of a series. Although I think it'll be going for quite a while between this and the original Hades. I have a lot of things to play through. You know, I think Hades is probably going to be there's going to be a lot of Hades in the foreseeable future. I'm trying to figure out how to schedule it around the other videos I want to record. So maybe these will just be Friday and weekend videos, and then I'll stick to 2 of each of the core series I'm running each week otherwise. I'm not sure. It's a thought right now, but with all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you're awake, again, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.